Brett Bundy is currently making his way across the United States on his bicycle. This is the 6th time that Bundy has made the journey from Seaside, Oregon to Staten Island, New York. We talked to Bundy last week at the Lehigh Valley Health Network Cancer Center and found out that the reason why Bundy does this is to raise awareness for breast cancer. As for the story that led up to why he does this each year is quite fascinating. It started in 1997 when Bundy was injured in an automobile accident.
In 97, I was in a car accident and I broke my neck and I had up to 7 strokes. So I had to learn to retalk and walk and eat and all the other things. And I'm about 95% back to normal.
So what was that journey like in itself for you, just to build yourself back up to that point?
Honestly, I don't remember about tomorrow. That's why when I'm exerting myself, I just forget about tomorrow or yesterday, and just keep going.
Bundy had a big aid during his recovery. His friend Gina Cosmas was always by his side and was there for Bundy as he worked his way back from his injuries. Unfortunately, Cosmas, who was a mother of 3, lost her battle with breast cancer.
My friend Gina was at the hospital almost every other day, so really hard for me because people don't need to die of breast cancer if they catch it early. So,
following her death, Bundy made it his mission to raise awareness for breast cancer by doing a long bike ride across 11 states.
Well, I wanted to actually jog, but I thought to promote breast cancer awareness, have your test done. But I wanted to, and then I thought, well, I can't carry all that stuff, so I'm going to bike. So in 2006, I crossed the country.
Bundy's journey covers about 3,000 miles, and normally he arrives in New York in October. However, this year's journey was a little different. Now, when Brent started his journey, it was June and temperatures were near 100 degrees. Now, as Brent rides and he's about to finish his journey, temperatures are below freezing. The cold temperatures brought new challenges for Bundy. In fact, the day after we spoke to him, he was struck by a piece of ice and was injured. Luckily for Bundy, he is okay, and he will finish his journey. Now, one thing that is unique about this journey is that Bundy takes no money. But luckily, he has people that are willing to help him out, like the Lehigh Valley Health Network in Hazleton.
He basically called me at the hospital and said, do we have any beds available that he can stay in, for a couple hours, get some rest and be warm. I was like, well, I would be happy to help you. I said, but let me try to go a little bit further. And I called my friend Tony, who works at the Fairfield Inn and Suites here in Hazleton. And I said, what Brent's doing, he's riding across the country for breast cancer awareness. And she's like, oh, we'll comp him a room for 2 nights. I'm like, great. So then I thought, Damon's is right next door. Let me call Damon's and see if they can comp him a meal. And then I called my friends at Perkins, and it just kind of snowballed where a lot of people just embraced him being here. And that's actually when I first met Brent.
Lisa Marie Halecki, who works in community and media relations with the Lehigh Valley Health Network in Hazleton, explained that they are happy to help Bundy out during his travels through the Hazleton area due to the great work that he does by raising awareness for a disease that affects so many.
So many people are affected by breast cancer, and if you know Brent's story, which he shared with me, I don't know anybody else who's doing what he does, and it just amazes me. So why would you not want to say, yeah, let us help you?
While at the Lehigh Valley Health Network Cancer Center on the Airport Beltway in Hazel Township, we spoke with Dr. Harvey Hotchner. Hotchner loves what Bundy is doing because awareness is a huge factor in catching breast cancer.
Well, we know from all the studies that that you can prevent breast cancer or catch it at an early stage, that your outcomes will be much better.
Hotchner also explained the steps that both men and women should take in order to catch breast cancer before it gets out of hand.
Number 1 is self-exams, that they examine themselves sometimes in the shower and feel for lumps. And 2 is to go for a yearly mammogram starting at the age of about 45 to 50 years old. If you have a family history, you should start earlier.
Every October, it's common to see groups hold fundraisers for breast cancer awareness. But Hotchner tells us that it's important to make donations all year round because that money that is raised for breast cancer research is leading to advancements in fighting the disease.
Well, the more treatments we can find, the better people. We've made incredible strides in the last couple of years. We have all these new biological agents which have improved people's outcomes and survival benefits.
What's some of the new technology and some of the new studies, I guess, that are kind of coming out that are helping people with breast cancer?
Well, we have these new, what they call CD4/CDK inhibitors, which you add to anti-hormonal therapy, and people are having longer benefit with stage 4 breast cancer.
Of course, all of those medical strides are made possible by people like Bundy, who travel across the country and get the word out about breast cancer awareness. But for Bundy, he's not only raising awareness, as he's making friends across the United States during his travels.
I think one thing I'm very happy to say is that Brent is not just somebody who comes through town. He's my friend now. We met each other last year, and I'm so happy to call him my friend. And, you know, he this past year, he actually sent me some smoked salmon, which was absolutely delicious, and I love smoked salmon. But just to have a friend like Brent now in my circle of friends means the world to me, and anything we can do to help him just makes me happy.
Bundy claims this is his 6th and final trip across the country, and while he won't be riding his bicycle for awareness anymore, he still plans on playing a major role in raising awareness for breast cancer. In the meantime, you can follow Bundy's remaining journey to New York by following along on Twitter, by following him at the username @BrettLeeBundy1. Reporting for SSPTV News, I'm John Eric Pauli.